Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls. Just finishing up the corn harvest, the last of our corn fields. And I can return this corn header. We do have at least. Our money is down to, well, $15.55. But Frank Jr. just finished up a fertilizing contract in field number 2. I think that paid like 16 grand, or will pay. Just gotta collect on that. I just brought the Fent and the grain trailer back to the farm to drop off a load of corn. I didn't bother bringing it back down because I figured, well, the rest of this corn can go into the combine, and the combine's going right after this back to the farm so we can unload directly from the combine into the silo. I'm also keeping my eye on the refinery where all of our crude oil is going, trying to see if the crude oil number is going up, meaning a refinery is just not using as much as the crude oil is going in. I think it is going up slowly. But of course I can't afford another refinery as of yet. We're going to go with a smaller one if so, and I think that costs like 70 grand. And I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I can sell some of the refinery stuff today, because, you know, we got a lot of it there. Well, I say a lot. It's only been a half a month since we put it down. And the best price for a lot of that stuff is not now, and I'm going to take quite a hit on it. So I think we're going to wait until maybe another month goes by and see if we're backing up on the crude oil. If so, then maybe we'll figure out something to do with that. I don't have no place to sell the crude oil, so yeah, it's either another refinery or another sell point. But I think I'd rather go with another refinery because we're going to make more by doing that. But anyways, for today, well, job number 1, of course, is finish up this cornfield. And I think I'm going to get this done under the hour for the corn header because, like I said, it's leased. So we should be all set there. The grass field still needs to be cut, and I do want to drill some wheat today also. So that is what's all on the schedule. As for the grass field, I think I'm just going to cut the grass and put it into a swath. And we're probably going to pick up some of it. Well, we're going to pick up all of it, of course. But I think I'm going to put some of it into the fermenting silo to make some silage. And we're going to keep that for the cows. Just in case, because as I mentioned before, I've been told that with the enhanced animal mod that we do run, with newborn calves, if you don't feed them TMR, their health will not go up. We are feeding our cows hay only, which for the grown cows is fine. Their health is at 100%, and they are producing milk as they should. Productivity is at 100%, but the calves are what I'm going to be worried about in the future here. So the corn harvest is done. Let's go ahead and return the corn header. And 0.8 hours is what we had onto it. So got that in just under the wire. We appreciate it very much to the store. Yeah, next year I think one field of corn, and it's going to be the small one right there because we got tons of corn. Tons and tons of corn piling up. Yeah, when I was looking at my inventory just before I started recording, I also realized I got the rye that we harvested a while ago. I didn't sell that last year, so this upcoming winter, I gotta remember to sell the rye in January. Can't bring that to the grain mill. The grain mill does not take rye to be made into wheat. Be made into wheat. That'd be kind of interesting. To be made into flour. So just gotta sell the rye in the winter time and make money off of that. All right, let's mosey on back to the farm. We'll dump this off into the silo. And that is all of our fields harvested for the season, other than you can see to the right our grass field, which is ready to be cut. And that's what we're going to be doing next. And well, we made it back to the farm safe and sound. Wait until I get around the corner, and then we'll extend the auger and dump this on into the silo. Beacons can be turned off. While this is unloading, let's go ahead and collect on that fertilizing contract. Yeah, there was another one I was going to do, but that one disappeared. It was for like 10 grand. So 16,753 for field number 2. Collect on that. Thank you very much. And the only contracts I'm looking at now are fertilizing contracts moving forward. No more harvesting, no more plowing, just fertilizing alone. Alright, thank you, Combine. Actually, I'll fold you up all the way because that will fold up the auger as well. There you go. The grain trailer I'm going to leave right there because I didn't check. It's been a few days since I've been on here. Oh, the sheep are going to need 14. Okay, yeah, about next month they need some food. I'm pretty sure the pigs need to be fed like every day. Yeah, they're going to need to be fed. And the cows are more than fine. They're only using 20,000 liters per day. And currently we got 150,000 liters in there. And straw's looking good. They're building up a slurry though. So we'll have to take care of that at some point. That might be a good job for the winter months. All right, let's go grab the mowers. And actually, I wonder if the Landini... I should probably have the Landini follow me, and they can pick it up in the forage wagon. I think the Landini can handle... Well, I don't know. It's 200,000 liters that forage wagon can hold. But I don't think there's no weight behind it. I think the mod does not allow the weight to be added because 200,000 liters, that's a lot. Let's go get the mowers on the Fendt. Now I can't put the Landini on the mowers because the Landini doesn't have the horsepower to run both mowers at the same time. All right, there's a front mower, and the rear mower should be on the other side of the shed. Is that going to be close enough? No, not quite close enough. All right, now I got to get out of here without actually looking where I am, kind of. Watch out for... Yep, I was trying to back up. Watch out for the door. That's one way to do it, like a bumper car. There we go. We're out. Alright, we'll fold this on down. Now, I don't own the fermenting silo that's on this farm. Still has to go over to the pig farm. Lower that down. Lower that down. I do need to change that to swath dropping. There we go. And now we're going to jump back to the pig farm. Let's grab the Landini. And hook up to the forage wagon. Trying to remember where I put the silage additive, if I have any. I may not have any. Not that I think maybe this has got enough in here. The capacity on the silage additive is quite high on this. But we are getting a little bit low. But I think it may be enough for this grass field. Silage additive should add about 5% yield when picking up grass. Adds a little bulk to it. Like always, just pull out into the road without looking for traffic. That's what we do here. So the TARDIS forage wagon that we have, this will hold 200,000 liters. So we should be able to go for quite a while. I think this field will produce... I forgot what it was. Is it near 400,000? I think it's 400,000 this field will produce. Okay, and then we'll turn it on. And then you follow the Fendt. And you know what? Follow about 40 meters behind me. That'd be good. All right. So it may miss a little bit at the beginning, but that's fine. And I'm going to try to go in more of a straight line here and there. That way it's not missed on the corners. As long as I cut the grass, it doesn't matter, right? Don't need to go in the traditional sense of around the field. Landini is coming up behind us, which is good. It's kind of a weird shaped grass field, but if you remember back in the early days of American Falls, actually the part we're cutting through now, this used to be, I don't want to say a forest, but there was trees all throughout that. Remember dragging them down to, I don't want to say the sawmill, but the sell point with the Landini and the winch. How are we doing back there? Actually, the Landini's keeping up pace, which is good. Don't know what the working speed of that is, so I don't want to go too fast. So I think the first 200,000 liters I'm going to put into the fermenting silo. I mean, either way, all of this grass is going to be made into silage. Just that some of it's going to go to the BGA to be compressed, covered, and fermented. And that will be sold right at the BGA to be made into electricity and methane and digestate. And, well, the first load will be made into silage at the pig farm for possibly future TMR for the cows. And if we find out that we don't really need it for the newborn calves at the cow farm, well, we can always just take the silage right out of there, bring it over to the BGA, and process it over there. Okay, the Landini's actually keeping up pace pretty darn good. So, yeah, must be no weight in the back of that trailer. What is, maybe if I just look in here, see what the working speed is, and I can kind of gauge it here. Working speed is 13 miles an hour. Okay, and we can do 14 with the mowers. So yeah, we are just a little bit faster, but not so much faster where I got to keep slowing down. It's not like we're tedding and windrowing behind us. So maybe after a few minutes I just got to double check to make sure the worker is not too far behind, because with follow me, if you get too far in front of it, it can only lock in so many pinpoints on the map. So if you get too far in front, the worker just says I'm lost and then quits on you. And actually they're picking up the corners pretty good. Yeah, that forage wagon has a pretty good pickup on it. Working with, that is. Boy, am I glad when I got the TARDIS forage wagon that I decided to go with the unrealistic capacity size rather than going with the 50,000 liters. This makes my job a little bit easier, more convenient to get it done at a relatively good pace. Actually, you know what? I should probably slow down the time. Well, I think at 2 times speed, we're still good. It's going to be 2:30 in the afternoon. We are in October, so it's going to get dark, I don't know, like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening hours. And I still want to get the wheat planted in. But this should be a good 400,000 liters we can get off this field. Well, we'll go until we get the first load. Yeah, it looks like it's maybe about half full at this point. Not sure if I'm cutting the grass in this field the correct, well, is there a correct way to cut the grass? But the best way to cut the grass in this field still haven't figured out, because we got little nooks and crannies here and there. When I'm making hay, it's not that difficult. It's just cut the grass, because you got to have it spread out anyways. And then you have a worker probably behind you with a tedder turning the grass over. But slowly we'll get this grass all cut and all transported where it needs to go. Well, there's our first 200,000 liters. Let's go ahead and drop this off in the fermenting silo. Yes, the Fent is still running with the mowers going because, you know, safety first. Just leave a big tractor with mowers running on it. It's fine. It's all good. So why not buy the fermenting silo at the cow farm? Well, that would cost me $60,000. Then you say, well, sell the one at the pig farm and it'll even out. Not quite, because, well, I probably would have got $30,000 for it when I sold it directly, but now that I've owned it for 8 years, I probably get maybe like $18,000, $20,000 for it. So yeah, we're just gonna keep putting in the grass down here. one of those weird things as it's a production building, but buying the land, the farmland, does not get you the fermenting silo, but buying the land like where the grain mill was, got us the grain mill. Kind of weird how that's set up, but it's the way it is. Let's drop this off in there. And immediately we'll turn that on because it'll take a while to process. Grass silage, activate. We are good there. How's this going here? So I'll see if we reach the top of the hour. Now, the crude oil from here will not get transported over to here until the top of the hour. So we'll see how it goes. And if I go above 77,000, then I know we're making more oil than what we're burning. Well, using. I don't want to say burning. It sounds kind of not what you want to do with the crude oil. But you get the point? Alright, so the rest of the grass is going to go over to the BGA. But I need to get this back on track, get a worker going, and get the rest of the grass field done. Yeah, should be a load and maybe like 20 to 30,000 more after that to pick up, depending on how I cut the grass. I think I got 425,000 last time we cut this grass field as a full field. As we snake our way around here, having that fermenting silo would be nice. Maybe before we leave here, we'll purchase that. Just that way the community, whoever takes over running the farm, can have that. If we have that much money. I mean, the refinery is going to bring us in a lot of money, but I got a lot of things I still need to take care of here before I can just start saying, yeah, we'll buy that now. I don't want to say free money. I need to spend it somewhere, but yeah, I got a lot more stuff to take care of. Now, it looks like we're going to have plenty of silage additive left over for this field. I think I've only used maybe like 4 or 5% so far. So we should be good to go. Yep, you can follow the fence, stay about 40 meters behind. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of this field done. Well, we just reached the top of the hour, and I'm starting to wonder if I am going to get another load out of that forage wagon or not. I might have my numbers mixed up between this grass field and what the other grass field used to bring in. One up by the pig farm, which is now going to be, well, this upcoming farming season is going to be a wheat field. I think I'm going to get all the grass put into there. But our fuel refinery now is over 77,000. So last hour I was at 76,800, and now all the fuel, or so the crude oil, got transferred over to here, and now we're over 77. So we're transferring more crude oil over than what we're going through. So definitely need to put down another refinery. So we need about 70 grand, and the sooner I get that put up, the better, because that just means, well, the sooner I put up, the more material we make and more material we can sell. Actually, I still got a good amount of grass left over, so maybe we'll reach to 420,000. I really can remember now what I got off this field. Well, we're going to find out, because I'm not that far off from finishing the field. And I am going to slow down time to ×1. I don't want it too gloomy when I'm trying to drill the wheat field, because that's going to take a little while to get done. But a few more passes in the grass field and we can move on to drilling said field. Well, it looks like we're going to be even shy of 400,000 liters, but I know it's about 80% full because the beacons came on. But I think we're going to get the rest of it in. Looks like there might be enough room in there. At this point, I hope so. And at this point, I'm also thinking, let's just go ahead and we'll put all of the grass into that fermenting silo. That way I don't have to spend 10 minutes or whatever it might take me to compact it over at the BGA. And then I won't have to lease the belt system to get it back into the forage wagon to bring over to the BGA or into the BGA. And here comes my worker. Let's go ahead and we'll stop them because I need to go around and collect some more anyways. And we'll turn that off just for a moment. We'll leave the Landini running, it's fine. Let's go ahead and put the mowers away. I think this time, though, I'll stack them a little bit differently. There's the rear mower. Can I put the front mower out here? Is that going to fit in between here or not? That is the question. Oh yeah, got plenty of room. The Fendt, on the other hand, shouldn't really go in there. Alright, we can leave that engine running as well. Yeah, I was looking at to see if I could fit another 200,000 liters into our fermenting silo. It looks like we should be able to. Alright, turn that back on. And I'm just going to zoom around the field. I think there is only one, maybe possibly two spots that I need to pick up some more. Actually, this has a pretty good turning radius. Turns very snug, almost like on a dime. Yeah, there's a couple spots here and there I'll pick up best I can so it doesn't look too clumsy around here. I know I mentioned it before, but that was a good thing about the Seasons mod in 19. In a sense, like if you left some grass in your field and you didn't want to pick up every little piece, but you also like a clean field as well, well, it would decompose, but not so much here. But anyways, I mentioned that before. Let's see, I got a little bit more room in here. Oh, another 13,000 liters. I got plenty of room. So 387,000 liters of grass is what we got off the field. I mean, it could have been 420 last time, but since we're running precision farming here, the yield probably has gone down a little bit because of the pH value on the field. Don't know what condition the grass field is actually in on that side of things. Now, this is going to take, as we know, quite a while to get through all that grass to ferment it over to silage. It would have been quicker if I went over to the BGA, compacted it, did all that fun stuff. That'd be ready in 1 month's time. But the fermenting silo will be done when it's done. So back into the Fendt. Now I'm going to go pick up our drill. I don't know the seed and fertilizing status on the drill, but we got enough money, I think, to fill it up if I need to. Plant wheat this month, and next month we'll probably plant some barley. Do I want to plant barley? I think so. Alright, let's switch that over to wheat. And we should be able to fill this up. I just got to find the right trigger spot for it. Well, there's the seed. There's the fertilizer. Perfect. Let's go ahead and start on this side of the field over here. course, with the wheat, we'll bring that on down probably to the grain mill next season. We'll see what the status is for the pigs on food. And of course, we're going to need some straw for the cows and the pigs. And we are good. Oh, I didn't check the status, but I think I did once on the grass field. How is our soil sampling looking like? That field needs to be sampled. And that is it. Alright, so we got another job to do before next spring, or maybe even before, that might be the field I put barley in. Trying to think, where would maybe I'll put the barley in down by the grain mill where the cornfields were. We could do that. But either way, that field needs to be soil sampled before I replant. So this field was sorghum. Now, I did ask this question when I was on Silendra, and a couple of farmers did say they would cultivate the field with stalks this high because a direct drill really wouldn't work that well with stalks this high. But in Farming Simulator, we don't really need to. And since I don't really want to feel like cultivating or plowing the field, we're not going to. I think we've done enough plowing on this map already to get all those contracts done to get us where we are financially. Yeah, so now I'm trying to save up $70,000 to put down another refinery. But as we know, as seeing the other refinery we put down, it's going to be well worth it when I sell products from there. Oh, and someone did ask, the upgrade factory mod, I think the last time I used that was on Hinterland, and I was having some issues with it. I had some issues with that mod. I don't think it's the mod itself. It works fine, but I think it's like modded production buildings it has issues with when upgrading. A couple of times we upgraded some factories, and the factories was said no more room for whatever. They look at the stats and there's nothing actually in the factory. So I would have to cheat things back in. So yeah, I mean, I like the mod myself, but just I don't want to have to deal with running. I think I always said running out of space, or ran out of space, and there was plenty of space for things to spawn. So yeah, we're not using that mod. Haven't used that mod for a bit. Now I may reactivate the production revamp mod, which may come in handy when I get the other refinery down, because we'll have two refineries fighting over for that crude oil in that one production building. And I don't know how it's going to distribute the crude oil when it comes down to it. They may put it all into one factory and not the smaller one that we're going to be putting in. So I kind of like it to go 50-50, which it may not do. So actually, I'd probably like to go in the small refinery first now, because the medium refinery is almost full of crude oil. Well, maybe by the time I get the small refinery down, the other refinery will be full of crude oil, and I won't have no place to put it in there anyways. I do love this drill, this horse avatar. Took me a while before we actually purchased it here. I did lease it a few times on Goldcrest Valley. It's just for fields like of this size, it seems like the perfect working width. Of course, we all know I love my direct drills. Knocking down these sorghum stalks nice and easy. And we'll have a nice field of wheat next year. So as far as fields go, work in October, once I get this planted, we're pretty much done. In November, we can plant the barley fields. Just got to figure out which ones I really want to do. Should refertilize the grass field, so that's all set for next season. Then, of course, take the soil samples in the field just across the road. And then we should be pretty much all set. I don't think there's any other crops I want to plant in the winter. Well, I say the winter, the fall. Let's look at the calendar here. Yeah. Oh, barley is the last day. Okay, I got these backwards. The barley would need to be planted today. Well, nuts. I should be planting the barley today, so maybe I won't plant barley at all. I mean, I already got started on the wheat, so maybe we'll have oats and sorghum again next season. We'll plant those in the spring, so maybe... okay, got those backwards. Oh, well. It's a good thing the grain mill takes 4 different types of crop. And the reason why I chose wheat in this field here, because it's like one of the biggest fields that we have. And I just want to make sure that we have enough wheat for the pigs moving forward. And any extra that we have left over, we can bring on down to the grain mill. But it shouldn't take me too long to get this finished up. Even though I just started. Hopefully in about 10 minutes or so, we will be done. Looks like I'm going to have just enough fertilizer to get the job done. Seed we're doing okay on. But we have ourselves a nice field of wheat for next season to harvest. It's starting to get a little bit... Well, the clouds are not helping out on the daylight hours, but the shadows are getting longer. At least the weather held out for us. Pretty good day. Yeah, we should be fine on the fertilizer. Not that it matters. I got to put more into it for next season anyways. It's not going to go to waste. And hopefully in November we can possibly sell some things. I would like to get that other refinery down next month, but if things don't fall down financially where they should, then we'll probably hold off onto it. But we'll see. We will make a little bit more butter and cheese, even though October is the best time to sell it. The price should still be somewhat decent, so we can get a few thousand from that. And the longer we have the refinery, the better idea we'll have for prices on that kind of material. only one place to sell it, so it's not like I'm going to have to figure out where to go with it. And with the auto-loading trailers that we have, we can select at the refinery what material to load up and bring with us. Alright, we are done planting the wheat. Fold this on up, and we'll put this away. Yeah, I kind of goofed up on the barley and wheat. I got my months mixed up there, so yeah, no barley this year. So yeah, it'll be oats and sorghum in the springtime. Let's put the drill away for now. That's good right there, and I'll hook up to the grain trailer so that way I remember to feed the pigs before I call it a month. Yeah, so the other thing I need to do, just double check on it, but we got a good amount of hay anyways. If we come over to the cow barn, over here, we got to run down to this shed. Don't remember exactly how many bales it is, but I need to bring some of these over to the sheep and goats. This is what we have in storage. Yeah, definitely by next spring we'll have to make some more hay bales. I don't think I got any hay bales left over here. If I remember, I'm out completely. Yep, the wool is stacking back up, which is good. All gone. We do have some straw, which the sheep don't take anymore because there's no place to put down a place for manure. And on the milk side, we got like 3,000 liters. Not a whole lot, but it's slowly coming on in. But the main thing they're making over here, as we can see, of course, is the wool, and that will be sold in the springtime. And of course, we do have our lovely production building. I thought it was just right on the other side of the sheep farm, but it's actually just a little bit on the way down the road. Or technically up the road. Yeah, we got room, as we saw, to put down the small refinery right here in this little corner. As long as I can get my trailer in and out. Ooh, can I sneak through here? I can, perfect. And not that we can see all the material that's piling up here, but we got ourselves our paraffin, our kerosene, our motor oil, our bearing grease, and our diesel should be in these tankers over here. Which I may keep some of the diesel for the farm and fuel up our tractors and equipment. But maybe we'll be selling some of this next month, and we'll put down the other refinery if the means are there. And I do need a landscape around here. I do got the free landscaping mod, so we can line up the entryways to the refinery a little bit better. And at some point, also put some trees back down around here, kind of not make it look too industrial over here if I can do so. But maybe we'll get to that next episode. But we shall see. But that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.